Again, sales roles are awesome places to go spend time. I think it's a great skill set that you can go take many different places with you. But what you'll see is that it's a very linear progression in an ideal world, right? You don't get that exponential growth in this type of field.
Welcome to the Fully Funded Show. Whether you're a capital raiser, deal sponsor, fund manager, or LP investor, we've got the insights you need for investing success. Join Sam Silverman each week for expert interviews, insider tips, and strategies to fully fund your ventures. Let's go!
One topic I think is not covered enough is when you look at the corporate world, right? My background ties very heavily to the sales world. And sales, again, I'm a huge advocate for going into it. What we've seen, and if you're going to look at the typical sales role, right? We had people on my team who were making probably $150,000 a year, which is a very solid income. These people were managing $8, $10, $12 million books of business that the company themselves would then make 30% on. So take a step back. If you look at the company itself, right, that $10 million book of business, they were netting $3 million on that. In turn, that employee for managing it and growing it was making $150,000. So for example, the company itself is making 20 times what the employee is to go manage that book of business. The company also has a level of enterprise value in which they can go take that company in the future and go sell it for a meaningful multiple on EBITDA or on profit, right? So not only are they getting 20x the profitability that the rep who is managing the account is, they're getting the future enterprise value, right? They're getting the recurring revenue. So it's a huge component of that is that if you want to make real meaningful type money, you have to have equity in something, right? You have to have something that can go scale with you. Because what will happen is that that book of business can keep growing, but your compensation, if you've been in a sales role before, is heavily tied to your quota, right? So if your quota, for example, goes from 10 million to 11 million the following year, to earn that same 150, it becomes even harder to go achieve, right? And the company then, they grew their profitability by $300,000 in that scenario, right? That company trades at, say, an 8x multiple. Their future value grew by $2.4 million. So a really important thing is that if you want to go make really meaningful money, you want to have leverage and scale, you have to be able to leverage other people, right? In terms of employees, you have to be able to leverage capital in terms of bringing in, say, investors or getting some leverage on your capital as well, right? It's a really big focus. If you want to go have that meaningful exponential upside in what you're doing, you have to have a form of leverage and you have to have a form of ownership in what it is that you're doing. Again, sales roles are awesome places to go spend time. I think it's a great skill set that you can go take many different places with you. But what you'll see is that it's a very linear progression in an ideal world, right? You don't get that exponential growth in this type of field. So again, if you want to really be able to go scale yourself, your earnings and your future earnings and truly enterprise value, you have to own something yourself, whether it be equity, whether it be buying your own business, doing your own thing. You have to have that level of ownership to really go scale and make far more than you're making today versus making those few percent incremental jumps each and every year.
Thanks for tuning in to the Fully Funded Show. If you enjoyed today's insights, hit follow, share with your investing pals, and drop us a review. Connect with us on social media for bonus content. Your success is our mission. Keep those funds flowing. See you next time.